details. So, average rate of change and more. It wasn't all about average rate of change. For problem number 1 on the quiz, it says, find the average rate of change of this function, 3x squared minus 2x, from the interval from x is equal to -4 and x is equal to 5. So we know when we see the word average rate of change that we're going to use the formula f of b minus f of a all over b minus a, which just means our function at b minus our function at a all over b minus a. So then remember, a is your smallest x value, so our a is -4, and b is your largest x value, so b is 5. So for the formula, don't we need to find f of a? And f of b, okay? So remember, f of a just means what's my function at a, which really means what's my function at -4, since a is -4. So you just plug that into your function with parentheses, 3 times -4 squared minus 2 times -4. Go, type it in exactly like that, exactly like it, exactly. Parentheses and everything. Type it in. We get 56, good, and then let's do f of b, which really means our function at 5. So that would be 3 times 5 squared minus 2 times 5. We're finding our function at 5, which when you calculate that in your calculator, you should get 65. Now you can do your formula, f of b, which is 65, right?
Yeah.
Minus f of a. F of a is 56. All over b minus a. Our b is 5 minus a. A is -4. That's where most people mess up. They forget the double negatives there. It was b, which is 5, minus, and then a was -4. So on top, we're going to have 65 minus 56, which is 9. And on bottom, we have 5 minus -4, which is 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Our average rate of change on the interval from -4 to 5 is 1. For that function. Questions? So on average, that was the change on the function between those 2 points. Okay, next one. Number 2, it says find the inverse. Guys, it does not say find the average rate of change. People are like, I don't know. It was weird that a lot of people didn't know how to do this. This is pretty easy. Find the inverse of g of x is equal to 2x minus 8. What's our first step when finding an inverse? Awesome. Switch x and y. Way to remember that. So we have x is equal to 2y minus 8. We switch x and y. Now don't we just solve for y algebraically? So we would what? Add 8. Now I saw people drop off their x. No, on the left we have x plus 8. People just wrote 8. I don't know where the x went. So we have x plus 8 is equal to 2y. Then what will we do? So you're saying divide both entire sides by 2. Now guess what I saw people do. So y's along, we found the inverse. Now here's what I saw people do. They said, oh, that simplifies to be x plus 4. So let me ask you a question. Was x and 8 both divided by 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you did x plus 4, did you pretend like x wasn't divided by 2? Yeah, which is wrong, right? You can't do that, guys. You can't do that. You can't just divide a piece. So our final answer would either be x plus 8 all over 2, or you could, as long as you split it up correctly and say, okay, so x was divided by 2, and 8 was divided by 2. We kept both of them divided by 2. So the other acceptable answer would be x over 2 plus 4. These are the 2 acceptable answers for the inverse. This, however, is not acceptable. It's not right. Does everybody understand why we can't do that? Are we sure? Internalize it. You're going to see this time and time and time again. Okay, awesome. Okay, number 3. This was the worst one yet, okay? Here we go. Pay attention. You're going to be retesting, requizzing. 1 chance. That's it. So, given these 2 functions, x, f of x. So that's a function. That's f of x, obviously, right? It's not just x, y. Okay, that's function f, and then g of x is this. It says pick less than, greater than, or equal to for each of these things. So, is f of -2 greater or g of -2? Well, let's see. What are each of those things? F of -2. Doesn't that mean what's my function at -2? For f, which is?
-27.
So this is -27. What's g of -2? Isn't that plugging in -2 wherever there's an x? We have to use parentheses, right?
Yes.
-2 squared minus 6 times -2 plus 3. Calculate it with parentheses or you're going to get it wrong.
19.
We got 19. That is correct. So what's larger, -27 or 19? 19. Questions on that? So you say 19 is greater. Okay, the next one, it says f of 1 minus f of 3 all over 1 minus 3. And then there's g of 1 minus g of 3 all over 1 minus 3. What formula is that? Average rate of change. Good. Our interval is from 1 to 3. So let's do this. F of 1 means for f, what's our function at 1? So wouldn't f of 1 be 6? Guys, our function at 1. Are you paying attention? Minus f of 3, which means our function at 3. So 6 minus 8 all over negative 2, right? 6 minus 8 is negative 2. So we have negative 2 divided by negative 2. Does everybody understand how this became negative 2 and this is negative 2? So that is 1, right? Let's compare that to the g. So g of 1, this one's going to take a little bit. Let's plug in 1 with our calculator. So we'll have 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 3. Let's find g of 1. Go. Negative 2. That is correct. So we have negative 2 minus, what's g of 3? You're plugging in 3. 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 3. Negative 6. So we have negative 2 minus negative 6 all over 1 minus 3, which is negative 2. So really, 2 minus negative 6, you could type it in your calculator or just, no. So that's 4 over negative 2, which is?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So we're looking at 1 versus negative 2. Which one's larger? 1.
See, this is right.
Okay, next one. F of 2 versus g of 2. F of 2 versus g of 2. F of 2 means our function at 2, which is 9. My function, g of 2 means what's my function at 2? So we're doing 2 squared minus 6 times 2 plus 3. Negative 5. 9 is greater than negative 5. And then this next one. The y-coordinate of the y-intercept of f of x. So guys, y-intercept is when what?
It crosses the y-axis.
When it crosses the y-axis, you're awesome. And well, that's when x is equal to?
0. Sure.
0. So we know 0 comma something. Well, let's look. What for function f? What is it?
Negative 1.
Negative 1, right? Does everybody understand that? And then the y, so it says the y-coordinate of the y-intercept. So we'll be focusing in on the y-coordinate, which is negative 1, x comma y. And now we need the y-coordinate of the y-intercept of g of x. Well, look. G of x. Well, we just said it's when x is equal to what? How do we find the y-intercept of any function? It's when x is equal to 0. 0 comma what? 0 squared minus 6 times 0. Won't that become 0? 0 plus 3 is 3. We're focusing on the y-coordinate. So which one's larger, negative 1 or 3? Is everybody comfortable with that? Last but not least, the average rate of change of f of x on the interval from negative 2 to 2. So let's find the average rate of change, which we know is f of b minus f of a all over b minus a. So, careful, isn't a negative 2? B is 2, right? So let's find f of b. So our function at 2 is 9, right? Isn't this f of b, guys? Minus f of a. What's my function at a?
Negative 2. 27. Negative
So negative 9 minus negative 27. Does everybody understand why? That's f of b minus f of a. All over b, which is 2, minus a, which is negative 2. So you're going to get on top of 36 all over 4, which is 9. So the average rate of change was 9 here. Let's find it for g. So we're doing f of b minus f of a all over b minus a. This is a, this is b. Let's find f of a, let's find f of b. So you'll plug it in with parentheses. So f of a is 19, I'll just plug it in. F of b is negative 5. So we're doing f of b, negative 5 minus f of a, all over b minus a. So 2 minus negative 2. So on top, we get a negative 24, all over 4, which is negative 6. What's larger, 9 or negative 6? Are we all comfortable? Are you ready to requiz? You need to get 100.
The negative 2 comma 2, well, that was confusing.
What was confusing?
Well, now that I look at it,
Oh,
I feel like it's equal sign, but I don't know how you solve it. The last one.
that's the one we just did.
What the hell?
Really? To those numbers.
Because I calculated the average rate of change, it was 9. I calculated the average rate of
told
change,
you.
it was -6.
I got that right, but he made me change my answer. Screw you. Go look, I have 9 touchdowns and a 6.
Okay, anyways.
Anyways,
That makes sense.
Okay, so put it up.